want to say like word on the street, but legend has it that a descending dragon carved the bay's limestone pillars, breathing fire and emeralds that transformed into islands and vegetation. See, it is magical there. It definitely looks like something magical and mystical. Okay, and the bay boasts over 2,000 limestone karst formations, each sculpted by millions of years of erosion, creating dramatic shapes and hidden grottos. Sail through a maze of emerald waters, past islands resembling dragons, dogs, and even a giant teapot.
They subscribe, what are they going to see?
I feel like they're going to see pretty much anything cool that you've researched. You really do your research, you look into it, and you find some of the off the beaten path stuff, but some of the, common tourist things. So everybody gets a little piece of something good. But I think what they get out of this experience is it's like if you were traveling with your friends and you're just experiencing it as you go and making commentary. And there's just, I don't know. I'm pretty sure everybody makes little quips or like has little jokes or little stories along the way as they're looking at stuff. You know what I mean? And I feel like we're good comfort food travel. That's when you get all the really fun oddities and the little impromptu things that make it the coolest. It's not some structured thing where you're putting a little icing on it or lipstick on the pig. You get to see some weird stuff or have people just walk up and do random stuff at you. You'll never forget that girl with the fish in a bag and on rollerblades. The girl, not the fish.
Thanks for clearing that up.
And the chatting and even the complaining, all of it is just like real life. Because it is your real life. It's happening. Yeah.
Just as we don't do a lot of traveler tips here. I like to just let people see and decide for themselves. But I will say to let people know that you can just get a bus. You can get a nice bus. There's little transfers. There's a kid waving over there.
Oh.
There's nice transfers that come here. There's regular buses. If you prefer to take the budget option, I paid. What did I say? I paid $13 for the trip here.
Yes.
Yeah, very convenient, very easy to do. And I didn't like that sleeper bus. They're horrible, but some people probably like them. In fact, if you wanted to sleep, maybe it would be fine. But I was like, no, it's not sleeping time quite yet. But anyway, I took that. It took that bus about 4 hours. It was a local bus, not local, but it was I guess you call it local. It stopped every few feet along the way while we were in Hanoi. So it took a long time to get out of Hanoi, and then we zipped here really quickly once we got out of the city. But you can also take the slightly more expensive option, which is probably what I'm going to do on the way back. It's like a 15-passenger van, but fixed up. I've taken those before around Ho Chi Minh City, and they can be really nice. But do avoid the tourist ones, the ones that are marketed and geared towards tourists only. Those they tend to overpack. They're not as nice. There's no room for your luggage, even though they're servicing tourists supposedly. So I would find one of those other options for getting here. There's a train station and a rail line that connects this city to Hanoi, but mysteriously there's no train service, so that's not an option. I hope that changes in the future. Yeah, I think that I have a conspiracy theory on that. I think that the companies that provide transportation services for tourists have a lot of influence on local on those decisions, a lot more than they should.
Like how Lady Gaga has her little monsters. You could be like, oh, and Emmy made in Japan. She's like, hello, my beautiful lovelies. She's talking to her people. Like you could have a little tagline that says something.
Hello, my
But it shouldn't be something
lovely.
like, hey, heifas. Yeah, isn't that
heifers?
Cute? That would be hilarious if you said that. Hey, you like my my cover letter, but no. But I love medical care, all things health, wellness, culture, real culture, not like some kind of stolen real culture, not like some kind of stolen culture. You know what I mean? Counterculture, human rights, anything funny. And there's a lot of funny, as you'll see on this channel. There's a lot of funny. And I love complaining, and that's going to happen a lot.
We're at Halong Bay today. We're taking a little cruise. So we're not live streaming today, but we are sitting here in Hallam Bay, and it's a really beautiful place. It's a UNESCO World Heritage Site. You were talking about how beautiful it was just a few minutes ago, and this camera was pointed at the sky, but you weren't wrong.
Because it looked like it. Yeah. Look at it.
It's gorgeous. Actually, I'm on my normal lens for outdoor. Do you think I should zoom? Do you want to zoom in on any of this?
Yeah, zoom. Let's see it. Because, I mean, it's going to sound so stupid to say, ooh, it looks exotic, but it's definitely not something you see where I am. And it looks better and pretty and different.
Do you know that?
No.
In my opinion, okay, my friend, it's just my opinion. It's like the way you're doing things, okay, is very awesome, but also it's a little bit outnumbered. So it's like only it's you. You are doing the videoing, you are doing the traveling, you are doing the hosting, and also you have to do the programming, like the thinking things, okay? I mean, that's not how we do things in China. I mean, I'm not sure how will you exactly do things like with your own channel. But if you ever come back to China, I can find some professional guy who will do all these kind of programming things, like do some like mind blowing things like for you. So first we will have some very mature ideas. We have guys especially doing that for a living. They will give you to do.
Honestly, it's just more of what you get a lot as a tourist, which is an amazing, fantastic area, a site like this. This is really a lot like Yangshuo County, but underwater. Yeah, right. But anyway, it's a fantastic, beautiful, amazing. And the thing that they focus on to show tourists is there's a cave, y'all. Let's go walk in a cave. And it was a big cave. It was. If you like caves and big ones, then you like that. That's what really makes them worth it. But yeah, anyway, so that's just advice on how to get here. And I advise that because you will so often see transportation packaged with your little cruise or any activity that you're doing, any kind of day trip. And it's usually not worth it because it's just a lot easier and cheaper to get there yourself, especially if you're in a country that has frequent bus service or train service. It's not worth it. It's usually better to go to the place and then get a price on the thing you want to do, like a cruise like this. The last thing you talked about was a seaplane, right? That would be fun. A seaplane, fly it over this. I'm sure that would be crazy expensive, but that would be fun.
Oh, it's gotta be. I bet you it's not as crazy expensive if you were in the States. You know what I mean? Like over there, it's still gonna be like, it's gotta be. I bet you it's not as crazy expensive if you were in the States. You know what I mean? Like over there, it's still gonna be like at least moderately affordable. But
yeah,
like I would want to be able to see them up close, like you do them right there, and I want to see them overhead, like all of it. I want to have like the whole, the whole shebang.
I don't know how much you're searching online, but you should know too that this is a very ordinary day cruise. It's not. There's nothing wrong with it. It's great.
That's comforting to see that still, because there's a lot of divisiveness and hatred going on, and I like to escape through these little I don't know what we're doing right now. I was going to say exploring things, but I don't know what we're doing.
Well, I mean, just sitting with a nice background.
Everything that you do is what I'm interested in. I'm down for anything.
That's what I like.
I love to sit. What?
Yes, right. It's just sitting is one of the nicest parts of travel. When you're doing a video, you're always encouraged to get up and run around and shoot stuff. And you kind of have that when you're here too, because you want to get pictures of everything. But that's great, and people should. But also, just sitting and taking it in is probably the thing that is easiest to miss, but it's one of the best parts of being in a place, any place, and especially a place like this.
That's very cool.
You should say it like that, Wesley. You should go like and subscribe or not, whatever.
Whatever you want to do. I mean, kind of. They're announcing something. He's announcing.
It's okay.
So what the like is for, here's what they do. like doesn't really substantially affect me. It does show engagement, so that YouTube counts it for something. But what it does is it makes it so that more videos like the one you watched, not necessarily from the same channel, but more videos like that video will be shown to you. So if you want to see more videos like the one you're watching, you hit like. And if you want to see less videos like the one that you're watching, you hit dislike. Thumbs down. Sorry, thumbs down. Now, here's the thing. Both of those show engagement, so either one of them is good for me. Only it's infinitesimally small, but if you like it, then click like. If you want to see more like that, click like. If you don't, click the thumbs down. That's it. Here for subscribing, I do need to hit a minimum number of subscribers. But what subscribing will do is to show you when I post new videos. If you hit regular subscribe, then you will get some of my new videos, the videos that YouTube thinks that you will enjoy of mine. If you hit, I guess this is like a super subscribe. I don't know what it's called, but it's like a dark bell with the quote marks around it. If you hit that, then you'll get absolutely every video I put out. So that's how those work. If you wish to have any of that happen, then do the thing. But I feel like people just say like and subscribe, and people think they're doing something by doing that. But it's really for you. It's how YouTube is going to interact with you. If you want to see more of my videos, then yes, hit subscribe. If you want to see absolutely all of my videos, hit the little. You have to click on subscribe a second time, and then hit the super subscribe button. I would say that from your background, your interest is related to travel is mostly food, right? I should say mostly food.
Well,
you have a
also,
wide range.
I love the social and cultural aspects of everything.
Well, that ties into food, though.
Right.
Food is part of that.
I do love the food when we go somewhere, because that's obviously the first thing I'm going to do. Yes, exactly. Right. Their culture is, I mean, it heavily ties into, anybody's culture, but like, I just love to see new people, new things. And I've just noticed that when you're traveling, there's always kind people that are willing to help out. And that's comforting to see that still, because there's a lot of divisiveness and hatred going on.
So I was like, I'm not super big on going and doing like day trips from the main place that we're visiting. But since I live in Hanoi and just because of what this is, I felt like this totally was worth it. And who knows, like if this is a more popular, if this is something that gets people watching, I would be willing to do more day trips. But I don't know if this is what people want to see. This is worth it though, for sure.
This is definitely worth it. Like, some people will never ever be able to go.
I'm not here to make it look like it's some sort of paradise, because I think a lot of people, travel for the first time, especially, it's someone that waits their whole life and they, get to retirement and they've never really traveled because they didn't have the time, and then they think, oh, I'm going to go out and travel and it's going to be fantastic, and then they run into all these problems and these frustrations and they're not ready for them, and they just the first time go, well, that's not what I expected. So yeah, I want to show what it's actually like. You're going to have frustrations. There definitely are going to be frustrations in travel, and we talk about them and show them.
Today, your video show is magnificent, my friend. Okay, really love the background views. Love it.
Talking.
Hello, guys. I'm Yuri.
I'm tell you that since I have a degree in geography, I worked in travel for years. People that come to Vietnam for a full vacation still only come here for a day. That's the most popular thing. They come to Hanoi and see the sights there, and of course they should, and it's lovely and great. And then they take one day and get on a bus early in the morning and drive all the way here, and then hop onto a boat here and go out for a few hours, and then back into the harbor and back on a bus to Hanoi, and they're back by the end of the day. And that is not enough time to do and see the stuff that's here. I could do that. Oh, I could tell them how exhausting one flight of stairs is. Here, I'm going to sneak in this little mini cave. I feel like once I get into the cave, it's going to cut out, but I don't think it's going to be a long time in there. So, I'm taking off my jacket. Woo, hello. Erica, do you have more to tell us about Halong Bay?
Do you want me to start with how or when it earned its UNESCO title in 1994?
I
It's
do want you to start with
recognized for its
that.
outstanding natural beauty and unique geological formations, which, by the way, it's already pretty on the trip right now. Halong Bay is a haven for biodiversity with diverse marine life, lush vegetation on the islands, and even hidden freshwater lakes teeming with exotic species. Ooh, I wonder if we'll see that. Ooh, oh, we might see dolphins, monkeys, countless bird species as you explore the bay.
I mean, the whole system is kind of different, like from the one we have in China. So I don't know how
Sure.
exactly. Yeah. But all in all, if you can simply just go ahead and ask what they want. Ask them to give you a thumbs up. Then ask them to leave a message. What exactly do they want? Here we are in
Yeah.
Vietnam. Okay, what exactly do they want to travel? So it's like 1,000 thumbs up. Where I will make the video for you guys. No problem. So what you need is thumbs ups and subscription at first. Then you do your show. So okay, it's all up to the audience. Just try to make them happy. Come on.
I've lived in Asia for almost a decade, and I travel a lot in Asia, and I've traveled to other places as well in the distant past. So I don't know how much of that you caught. My camera keeps loading, but hopefully it's recording as it's supposed to be. So that's who I am.
But you can tell them to tune in and join us for our adventures.
Yeah, we can tell him like what it does. Like for one thing, here we can tell Yuri because he's here now. Hi Yuri, how are you doing?
Hey guys, I'm back to my nice studio. I'm back to my nice
That
shot.
looks like a face.
I mean, that right there. Yeah, I see an eye and a nose and a mouth type thing right here. Yeah.
I just see like a really squared artistic rendering of a skull. And not a real skull, but like a squarey.
Oh, like a little a quick skull, like a quick sketch one.
There you go. Like you'd use it for an icon.
This looks like something that Indy would travel to in like a Raiders movie or something.
Well, it has been in movies.
Oh, what movies has it been in?
I can't remember which one, but it's one of the James Bond movies. It's right here.
It says right here. Absolutely. You travel. Oh my God.
I travel a good bit.
Hold on a minute. And also, you've always been involved in travel because back in the day, you were a travel agent. And then you were like, you know what? I want to see other things. I want to do things. And that's what Wesley does, man. If Wesley wants to do something, he says he's going to do it. He's going to damn well do it.
Well, put it on the list. There's a lot of things on the list.
I can't remember one of the first places you went to, but it was something really pretty when you were doing your travel agent thing, and it was paid for.
Yeah. It was probably Cancun. I worked for an agency that actually a wholesaler that just packaged tours to Cancun.
More so than the next feller that say, "Hey, I'd like to do it."
I'm glad I've gotten to travel. I've been lucky. Yeah. Well, how about you? Why don't you introduce yourself?
Uh-oh. Hello?
Oh, are we low? Well, I've got a really strong signal. Eric, because you're talking, I'm going to change the layout so that you're prominent here. So we're gonna cut some of this into an intro video for the channel. Not intro, what do you call it? A trailer for the channel. That's for people who have not subscribed. So the other thing that happens when you subscribe is the video will change. And we need to figure out what we should put on for the people who have subscribed when they look at the channel page. And I almost hate to do it because it creates a distorted view of what's in the channel, but also like it's what we do. It's probably the thing that we don't focus on food in the channel, but we eat and we talk about it a lot. It's just not the main point of the channel is travel in general, but food is the easiest thing to stick in a short and actually get something you would want to look at and that's interesting. So what are you going to make happen? Yeah. Million ideas. I'm Wesley Green, and I do have some like qualifications here. I worked in travel for years. I have a degree in geography, as well as Yuri. I don't know if you can hear me, but we're
Hey guys, how's it going? Come on.
tune into the perpetual tourist for more complaining. Well, that's another thing. Like that is one thing. Talking about what to expect on the channel. Talking about what to expect on the channel. One of the things, the reason I didn't want to just like shoot, because you could do drone footage here and you could do all sorts of things, and I may start that in the future and add some of that to the channel, but. I think we're going to keep it focused on this because what we get to do is show the parts of travel that aren't so great. I've got my shorts that I make and I put them on. Although, like we proved this last week, that food in your shorts gets people to look at you. Yeah, so I'll probably be restricting in the future my shorts to just my food experiences. People like to. I mean, just a simple cup of coffee will get immediately. It's just not the main point of the channel is travel in general, but food is the easiest thing to stick in a short and actually get something you would want to look at and that's interesting. So.
Jag testade och de här kommer då det personer som tar över. Jag är med sig för man gick där. Men jag kan rätt att det låg bäst. 4. Lämna en tid. Jag kan röra sig från. Nej, kom det. Ja, jag testade och de här kommer då det personer som tar över. Jag är med sig för man gick där. Men jag kan rätt att det låg bäst. 4. Lämna en tid. Jag kan röra sig från. Nej, kom det. Ja, jag